Welcome back to yet another unexceptional Saturday movie review. Like every single Saturday, I stream a new bad movie on badmovienight.tv. This Saturday was The Flood. 2023 movie, very similar to Crawl from 2019, if not a rip-off, then heavily inspired by The Crawl from 2019. This movie is almost identical in the plot, it's just the different characters that the situation happens to that is different. So in this case, it's not a woman who is trying to save her father and is in a house infested by crocodiles. It's a bunch of prisoners who have to stop off at a police station because they can't make it to the jail because of the terrible storm in Louisiana that's flooded everything. And in the storm, they basically get trapped inside the police station, and at the same time of this horrific disaster with crocodiles being pushed in from the shores into this police station because of the storm, not only do they get attacked by these crocodiles and the high rising waters, but also there's a hijacking taking place. There's a breakout situation where a group of people is trying to get one of the prisoners out, and they come in with weapons blazing, shooting everywhere, and basically it's a standoff, and they're trying to get this prisoner guy out. So a lot of different things happening. But I gotta say, this movie doesn't seem to be... It's not a bad movie, for one. There's this sort of subgenre in bad movie cinema called So Bad It's Good, where it's such a terrible movie, where it would be like the acting, the CGI, the editing, or even the general pacing of the movie. You just can't help but laugh and enjoy the movie, even though it wasn't intended to be funny. That's that kind of genre. This movie doesn't fit into that genre. It's a pretty high budget movie. I mean, it's not a very low budget movie. It said on IMDb approximately 2 million. I don't know how accurate that is, but the production value is pretty high quality. It's pretty good to look at, and the characters are pretty well fleshed out. You have the ability to invest in the characters. They're pretty likable in some cases, not very likable in others. But at a certain point in the movie, there are different elements that really remind you that this isn't a very high production budget movie. And none is more obvious than the CGI for the alligators. The first segment you see in the movie, where a couple of people get attacked by an alligator, that is pretty good CGI quality. You don't see that throughout the rest of the movie. It seems to downgrade the more you watch the movie. But like I said, it wasn't a very bad movie. It had pretty good production value. The acting was pretty decent for the most part. There were some janky sort of plot hole situations that didn't really make sense. That are just like, okay, whatever. But all in all, I don't think it's a very special movie. It's like, yeah, this is a movie. It's not that great. The CGI is not great. But it's a pretty standard like movie type thing. There's nothing really special that caught my eye. There's nothing that I remember vividly or specifically, unlike some other So Bad It's Good movies. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. There's this moment that happens. It's hilarious. It's so bad. But this doesn't have that. It's just like, yeah, this is a pretty not standard but slightly substandard movie that you can like throw on in the background, and it's pretty enjoyable on the surface level, whatnot. You don't need to get too invested in it. It's not something that I have any sort of high recommendations for or any strong opinions for. It's just like, yeah, it's a kind of just a movie.